Good morning and happy Thursday. Welcome to Around the Block. I'm Heather Holman.
And I'm Adria Goins.
We are glad you are here.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday,
One step
yes.
closer to the weekend, my friend.
Yes, we are. But we got to enjoy today and tomorrow first before we get there.
Yes.
And how was your evening last night?
It was good. It was kind of uneventful. We just kind of hung out with the kids.
Adria and I have separate schedules. So or opposite schedules almost, I should say.
I know.
My evening was great. So I've been hooked on, I love documentaries. I watch all the documentaries.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Maternal Instincts, by the way, I've watched it 5 times.
I haven't watched it yet. And you have said to watch it, but
I've recommended it to my parents, to all my friends. You gotta watch it. It's because part of it happened in Oklahoma.
Mhm.
And it's not that it's a terrible story, but it is so unbelievable.
You know what's funny is the market that I used to work in before here covered that story because that's in that same market, and it was crazy when we heard it and cover it and everything. So
yeah, well, the documentary, it's not just what happens to, I don't want to give anything away. It's that I'll sum it up like this. There's a woman in the documentary who says, if I told as many lies as she does, I would have to carry around a 3-ring binder to keep them all straight.
Oh my goodness.
And it's true. When you watch it, it's like, the reason I've watched it so many times is because I've tried to comprehend.
What was she thinking?
Yes. How does she think she can get away with not one thing, but probably 30 different things that they talk about in the documentary? It's amazing. Anyway, I was up last night. No, not that one. But I do love documentaries. So I was watching, Netflix has worst ex ever, worst roommate ever, worst neighbor ever, and they're a series, and each one is a documentary. So I've been binging those.
Right now, the new one that came out is the worst neighbor ever, right?
Yeah.
I've been seeing the previews for that.
Yeah, and it makes you thankful for your neighbors because holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I have a lot of really good neighbors, and I know the gist of those documentaries, so I'm very glad that I have good neighbors.
Yes. When you see them, it'll make you thankful because there's a reason that they create documentaries on people like this. Hopefully they're few and far between. But
one of them I was watching, they was talking about one lady who would go out there and mow her grass without clothes on or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what in the world?
Yeah. And here's a tidbit on that one. That's not illegal in that state.
You're kidding me.
Nope. Not even with children watching from across the street.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you'll have to watch
I'm totally going to have to watch it. I think I watched the last episode of Sullivan's Crossing last night. So my viewing was much different from yours.
I don't even know what that is. It's probably too wholesome for me to know. I'm kidding.
It's like a series that's created off of Virgin River, which is a really popular Netflix series too. It's just kind of like a feel-good boy meets girl.
Aww.
They fall in love.
Aww.
They go through trials. Then they get back together, kind of thing. So
yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah.
But so it was relaxing is my point. We cooked dinner, watched some TV, and then here I am.
Yes. We had
know,
a busy day yesterday too, with all the fun things that were happening around the station and
we had an employee appreciation luncheon yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
I'll have to show you some of that later. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what's not fun though, because my sister lives in Norman, her green room, as they call it, it's basically an enclosed porch where they put all their plants, flooded, and it usually floods once a year. Norman gets the brunt of a lot of our bad weather.
Do.
And so anyway, she's cleaning up from the recent storms that we just had. And all of Norman, we have some news for you about debris pickup now. Work will begin in City Wards 2, 3, 4, and 8 through July 23rd. They're asking folks to pile up your debris, like tree limbs, construction, demolition debris, all wood piles, and separate it from roof shingles, any type of thing that is not wood.
All that kind of
Yes.
Look at that trees just uprooted completely. That is wild.
I know they had straight line winds there up to 100 miles an hour, we're saying. So, but yeah, that's why their 4th of July fireworks were delayed, because that happened on 4th of July. Also delayed in Edmond, also delayed in Yukon, and more. And so they had to be postponed. Well, this Friday, tomorrow, Norman is finally holding their 4th Fest. They're finally able to do that. And it will happen at 9:45 at Reeves Park. And I'm sure there was a ton of cleanup in Reeves Park, too, because there are many, many trees there.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably thought, okay, we're going to have this fireworks. So let's get this one cleaned up first. So that way we can make sure that. And I think it's good that they're still doing the fireworks, because it's kind of like hey, we're sorry that this happened to you. Let's make sure that you have a chance to celebrate.
And it was a big anniversary, 250th. So you can't just be like, man, we'll do it next year.
We'll skip this one.
Right. So where did you guys go to watch fireworks?
We were at my sister's house, actually. We went to go see my sister, and she has like a couple of acres out there, and most of it's wide open. But behind there's some neighbors, and they actually see. I'm not a big shooter off of fireworks.
A shooter offer of fireworks.
Is that a? It's not a technical term.
A shoot offer.
I'm not a big shooter offer of, but I like to watch them. So, and my sister really isn't either. So we just sat on the back porch and watched their neighbors shoot off fireworks. One neighbor on this side was just like boom, 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 and then the other ones on the other side were just like. They were kind of a little like, but the guys on one side were wild with their fireworks, and the other ones were a little bit more.
That's fun.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We watched there. And then, I knew that there was storms coming through our area, and I kept getting these notifications from my camera on my house, and I was like, what is going on? And I looked, and it was the wind that was blowing that was just making our camera go off constantly. So I was like, oh my goodness,
yes,
it's wild.
So we were waiting at home July 4th to hear whether or not the Edmond Freedom Fest, I can't remember, they all
Liberty
Fest would be canceled, and sure enough it was. So the July 5th, the next day, we went out to UCO and watched the fireworks with my parents. So fun. I'm glad we got to do it. What a great year to celebrate 250th.
Yeah.
Along with the 100th of the Mother Road.
Yeah, I bumped into your daddy at a store. Like, that was so funny. I walked up to him and I was like, are you Mr. Holman? And he was like,
I'm Phil.
Yes. And I was like, I'm Adria Goins. I'm Heather's friend. I work with her. And he's like, oh my God.
And then he recognized you, right? He loves you. He talks about you all the time.
He's so adorable. He's just the cutest thing ever. And we chatted for a little bit. And I thought I just got done with the gym. So it was all like, not put together, and I'm sure he kind of was like, I don't know who this strange lady is at first.
No, but
he's so sweet. He's the cutest thing in the world.
Thank you. I think so too. Yeah. And my little mama, they both love you.
Are.
So Adria and I both had a garage sale. She came and helped me with most of my stuff, and so met my parents there. And my parents you're their favorite. So.
Oh, they're my favorite too. So they were just so much fun. I just love them.
Thank you. I love them too. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about why aggravated DUI numbers in Oklahoma County have increased so much. In fact, 37% increase this year. We'll tell you why coming up. Welcome back to Around the Block. New numbers are out showing aggravated DUIs in Oklahoma County have risen by a tremendous amount, 37% higher than this time last year. But the DA says there is a good reason why. It's because the language in the law has been rewritten to redefine really what an aggravated DUI is. So more people are being charged with aggravated DUIs than they were in previous years.
Yeah.
So last year we had 3 people charged in June of last year compared to 112 people charged this past June. So the DA's office says the spike reflects a change in state law, not a surge in drunk driving. That's good news, at least. And it's great news, too, that they're cracking down more. That these laws carry higher penalties now.
Yeah, the DAs are like, now with this new law, we can have stronger tools to put these offenders, these habitual offenders essentially behind bars.
Yes.
That's what aggravated means. It's that they've had multiple, DUIs essentially.
Yes.
So I know that when this bill was first went through, it was voted on by lawmakers. Governor Stitt actually vetoed the bill, but they went back and overrode it. Lawmakers did overrode that veto and made it a law because there's all these lawmakers, I remember them talking about it in session. They just said, we got to do something, it's proven already that it's, more effective. So,
yes, because the law now includes things like crossing over the center line, having a child in the car, speeding 20 miles per hour or more over the speed limit, or being involved in any collision, causing at least $500 in damage, and a few more items as well. But the DA's office says the law gives prosecutors stronger tools to hold dangerous, impaired drivers accountable. And so that increase that we've seen, 112 versus 3, June of this year, 112 versus 3 last year, that again shows that they're just cracking down on this, which again is a great thing. Because you see habitual offenders, they can have 4, 5, 6 DUIs and then they end up killing someone.
And then it becomes a problem.
Right. Not until
it shouldn't. Then. Yeah, it should be way sooner than that. So
yes. When we come back, we're going to talk about the streetcars in downtown Oklahoma City and how you can get a free ride next.
Hey, this is Scary and Guyman. For all the people living there, they're facing a water shortage. The city says they are in stage 2 water level, which is, the heightened water level. And they said that they're about 95% of their current demand as far as their water level resources go. That means that they're starting to exceed their supply. And if they do, then they put in some new conservation rules for their water. But if they have another day where they reach 95% water usage, that they're going to be in critical stage 3 water emergency.
Yes. So 95% or higher is stage 3. They're at 95%. So they're not higher than that, but they're pretty much right there. So
yeah, that is. And they did, like I mentioned, they put in those conservation efforts to try to help with it. So gosh, that's scary to think about whenever you need that to stay hydrated during these hot temperatures we're having and cool yourself off. And
so many times Edmond has had to ration water as well. And, especially when it comes to outdoor watering and so forth. And so, yeah, we understand what that's like. Fortunately, we've never been, I don't think, at 95%. Yeah. That is scary.
Very high.
Yeah, that's like Las Vegas,
right?
Because California is taking all their water. I know that because I used to live in Las Vegas, but California's got to do what they got to do too. So,
gosh, so hopefully we can get that knocked down a little bit with those new rules put in place. Okay, so this is a really cool story. We actually talked to the mayor about this earlier this morning on our newscast. The city's experiment when they offered free rides through the streetcars, it has been proven to be wildly popular. Very popular.
Yes.
The ride share jumped 70% in April as the word spread, of course, that these are free during that month. And then, of course, with all of the Thunder games that were going on, they were providing free fares starting last January. And now, currently about 33,000 people have used the streetcars each month. Which is double the number from previous years. So they decided to extend this free promotion where you can ride the streetcars for free through the end of August.
Look at all those water bottles right there inside.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice that one.
I don't know if they're handing them out to riders or if they're handing them out like, at Scissortail Park, if they're just transporting them there or what. But
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though
Yeah, that is cool. They're giving free rides. I've never ridden it and I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
And then I think about it, when we're not doing something downtown, like, oh, we should go ride the streetcars. And then I forget. How about you guys? Have you ridden them yet?
I have not yet. We have been downtown working on a story, and I guess my photographer did not park close enough to the curb, and the streetcar came by and stopped. And the driver got out and said, "You got to park closer." And he was like, "Well, wait, what? Don't know what's going on." So we had to grab our mirror and pull it in, so that way they didn't take off the mirror, but they do have those little lines that you're supposed to stay in. But that was my only encounter with the street cars that I've had so far. But I do want to ride them because they look like a lot of fun. And Mayor Holt was talking a lot about mass transit and how it's become a major talking point for Oklahoma City with everyone moving here and trying to figure out ways to get people quicker and more reliably from, Edmond to Norman or vice versa, so that's going to be a big talking point. And he's like, this just proves how much we need it, because some people will come to downtown, they'll park their cars at the hotel or at their apartment and just hop on streetcars to get to and from. So
right, yeah. It's so neat again that they're providing free rides through August 20th. They say ads and sponsorships have helped keep the cost down for the city, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, super neat. So if you get the chance going downtown to check something out, hop on the streetcar.
Do it.
And speaking of cars, got an update for you on OHP. They wanted to be the best cruiser in the country. We know right now that they are making a final push to collect some votes and rally some votes before the last of the voting ends. So right now they are currently in this contest for America's best looking cruiser. You can see they've got the old cruiser compared to the new cruiser on Route 66. Yes. Right now they are in 8th place. Yeah. They're holding on to 8th place. They are hoping to be, of course, number one. They want to be the top spot. But right now they're coming in at only 600 votes behind Kentucky.
Yeah, let's go back to that picture so we can talk about it a little bit. Our picture is Route 66. And so on the left, 1937 Ford versus their current Chevy Tahoe.
Yep.
And in the background, our picture, I think, is the coolest. I've voted, and of course, I voted for Oklahoma.
Yep.
But you can vote once per device. So you can vote from your phone and your computer. You can go to KFOR.com. In the search bar, put cruiser, and then that brings it right up. And so, yes, I think this is awesome. And I think our picture, I've looked at all the other states, our picture is definitely top 10, but we want to make it number one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, you got the iconic Route 66 behind you, the old and the new. Just, I think it would be perfect. So you have until next Monday. So voting is open until next Monday. So if you haven't gotten to, go in there and do that. And you can also find a link at KFOR.com.
That's right.
See how you can do that. All right. We mentioned earlier how we were celebrating employee appreciation here at Channel 4 yesterday. And our own chief meteorologist /
photographer.
Thank you.
Mike Morgan.
Yeah, Mike Morgan was on the chief photographer / storm chaser.
Yes.
Mark Dillard. He was tasked with getting everything ready. And the reason why he made the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the chicken, because he apparently is an award-winning master griller. Did you know that?
I didn't know he's a master griller. Is that what he calls himself, or is he really?
A grill master. I mean, that hat he has on has several things that he's won from doing grill competitions, and mostly in the Texas area, which I mean, Texas is, I asked him if he's won and overall, and he's like, well, placed. So, that's award winning. He's competed.
I mean, he's even brought in things before, like years ago. He used to make venison jerky, so deer jerky, and and then whenever we have Thanksgiving or whatever, he brings in different foods. When we have a chili cook-off, he'll bring in chili, that kind of stuff. He's always participating. He sits over Adria's shoulder, but he's not back there right now, and I'm sure he would love to know. Yeah,
right there.
Right where Aaron Brackett is. Yes.
Hey, Aaron.
We're just saying good things about you. I promise, just good things. But anyway, it was fun for all the employees to get together yesterday.
Yeah, it's funny because whenever he sits on our row, and if Heather and I start talking about going to El Reno or something to have a shoot. He'll move away from his seat and he'll pipe up and he's like, okay, if you go to El Reno, you've got to try this and this and this and that.
This restaurant. Yeah, right. He knows all the small town places too.
Yes, he knows all of them. Anytime we get sent to any little tiny town or this and that, he's like, go buy this off Highway 10.
Every time. Because he's been all over the state for decades now as a photographer. So he knows where all the small joints are.
And he's tried probably every single one of them. So. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about our bizarre holidays of the day. Heather, what's your favorite dessert?
Oh, I'm going to go with cheesecake.
Mine too.
How ironic.
Truthfully, it is actually,
really?
Yeah, truthfully. Take a look at this. This was happening in Chicago. You know, a lot of people can say, oh, I could eat so much cheesecake or whatever. Yeah, I probably could. But look at this. 1,000 pounds of cheesecake. They're making it possible all to honor a famous cheesecake maker's birthday. Look at
Are
that.
Those okay? Wait, did you see those sizes?
Those can't be real cherries.
Okay, because this is supposed to be a real cheesecake, but I wonder what is that? Those might even be potatoes with red stuff around them.
I don't know. They can't be strawberries. Those are too big.
Man, those are strawberries on steroids, if that's the case.
Right.
But that's, how do you even slice that thing, you know?
I don't know, but
layers.
My mouth is watering just looking at it. That's my favorite dessert. The cheesecake maker has served more than 5 million slices.
Yeah.
We're talking about Eli's cheesecake there.
In Chicago.
Yeah. They had to use that ladder to put the cherries on top.
Yeah, they're calling them cherries. I don't know. And those are some funky cherries.
Cherries on steroids.
Yes, they are.
I don't know if I'd want to eat them. All right, today's bizarre holidays really quickly. Call of the Horizon Day.
It is Durian Fruit Day. And in Malaysia, when I used to live there, they had signs on public transportation, no durian fruit, with a circle and a line through it, no durian fruit, because it smells terrible.
Ew.
Like skunks. And so it couldn't even be on public transportation.
Ew, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion Day.
Yes, National Dimples Day. Oh, Adrian, it's your day.
Oh, I know I have some dimples. Don't put all your eggs in one omelet day.
And National Sugar Cookie Day.
Those are good days right there. We'll see you again tomorrow.
See ya.